Welcome back, people. I feel really good right now. 1-0 Arsenal fans also inside this building. And so I'm sure everyone is feeling very, very nice, except Ngolo Horunves. That's a clash. That's like a topple up in names, bro. That's just anyway, yeah. So we had a good day today, and I'm sure everyone has got a lot to say. But one thing is that I'm back. Was going through a little bit of an illness. My throat was going through bad. Had the COVID, man. Had the COVID, but we're back again, man.
You beat it respectably.
I beat with respect.
Good, man. As long as you're good.
We're out here beating like wolves, so we're good. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
man. You're lucky, fam. You're lucky to beat COVID. No, I'm joking.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, smash and grab to Brighton and Arsenal as well. I ain't gonna lie. So
we need anything you can get right now.
But I have a few questions because obviously Arsenal are in the you guys are in the a difficult position right now because at the end of the day you're supposed to be doing so much better, but it's put you in an awkward position because now we're looking at the manager, yet the players themselves are not really doing much of a good job. So I'll start off by saying, so Brighton win, Arsenal, Brighton win, and Chelsea win. It's a change up. Arun versus gone to sleep. How are you feeling, Arsenal? How are you feeling, Kens?
You see, we need it. Like, you know what it is for me? This win was more important than the Chelsea win. Because if we beat Chelsea and then if we beat Chelsea and then come to Brighton and we lost, like, it's just same old. Like, it's just no improvement. But the fact that we got this win now, I can now say, like, all right, let's just let these kids kick on because I'm not gonna lie, that man like Luis, Willian, get out of my club, bro. Get out of my club. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of seeing all these old men come from different clubs, come to Arsenal, and then they're trash, bro. I'm tired of it.
So
go
on.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say, brother. I was gonna say, yeah, just let the kids have their time, and then we'll go from there. Because right now they're doing way more bits than the older guys.
So let's look at this whole picture, like the whole full picture, because I've got my opinions on Arsenal. But in your opinion, where do you think you're going wrong? You're 13th in the league. I'm sure you're going to climb up to be about 10th, maybe about 10th if you continue going the same way. So is it a mixture of both the manager and the players? Like, forget the board, because the board for us as well is also another problem. But in your case, is it a mixture? I mean, is it just the mixture of the players and manager, or is it just the manager itself? Is it tipping more on the manager, or is it tipping more on the players?
For me, it's the players, because I can't lie. The guys that are messing up now have been messing up for Wenger, they're messing up for Emery, messed up for Lundberg, and now they're messing up for Arteta. So there's only so much pressure I can put on Arteta to turn these idiots into good players, because they've shown that they're idiots. They're not good players, bro.
And Lumber, you feel the exact same way?
Mostly, the only thing I slightly disagree with is to say that I understand where it's coming from, but I disagree a bit with today was more of an important win than the Chelsea game, bruh.
I'm not saying the Chelsea game wasn't important. Like, bro, we needed that more than anything on this planet. But if we lost this game, my head would have been more gone than if we lost to Chelsea.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I think the Chelsea result, especially coming at the beginning of a result that run of fixtures, I'm not even gonna finish that with a run of fixtures we could win. Just a run of fixtures to start it off with the Chelsea win was the thing that makes us look at these run of fixtures and be like, okay, we can do this. Like, it's major psychological boost, like major.
Yeah.
And Chelsea as well. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys, you're sitting on, where are you? You're sixth. You're sixth with 26 points, to be fair. at this point, and you've played all your games. Literally, you're where you're supposed to be at right now. Are you happy with the position?
Obviously not. Obviously not. You want to be top four. First thing anyone will say is you spent 200 million. You spent 250 million. But obviously, every club is spending. Every club is spending. I'm not going to get into the transfers and who should be performing, who shouldn't be performing.
I feel like we should get into it personally, but I'll leave
we can go there. We can go there. But essentially, any team who finished top four last season, you want to be, roundabouts top four in Christmas time. But to lose 4 games in the Christmas period is probably the worst time to ever lose 4 games, in my opinion. This is when the season changes for this is when the season is lost and won for a lot of teams. And right now it's tight. 5 to 9, 6 points. City played 14 games, we played 16. So it's tight and it's not where you want to be, really. And it is what it is. I think there's still a lot of time to turn it around.
And you are in a very unique position because I definitely know you guys got the caliber. You guys got the players. You literally went into the market and bought players. You're not like Arsenal where you're dealing with Wenger stuff. So that question to you now is it now the manager? Can we complain to the manager now?
Nah. Well, the thing is, the same manager lost 4 out of 5. Won, didn't lose 17 straight. Got 17 results in a row. And obviously you can say that it wasn't against top 10 teams, wasn't it? But a lot of it was, Champions League, the Carabao Cup, Premier League. These are still Premier League teams. Anyone here will tell you there's no easy game in the Prem. And if you can get a run of games in the Prem, I think it's good for anyone. And this is the same manager that got top 4 last season. So I don't have amnesia like a lot of people. I don't have amnesia. You get top 4 with academy kids. That's hats off to him. And in my opinion, I look at teams like United last season and the run they had towards the end of the season and how they just came back out of nowhere, bounced Leicester to get the top 4. I think obviously if you can, this is the first bad spell Lampard's had this season, in my opinion. Well, actually, I think it's a fact, and I think that's more of a testament to how tight it is this season in the Prem, because you can lose 4 games in a row, which obviously isn't good for anyone, and end up 6th, falling out of the top 4. It's just how it is, but there's still a long season left.
Bringing it over to United fans. At the end of the day, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I never said Oli out. But this present moment, with a game in hand, we're second and we're 2 points behind top number 1. Are we just? Is it the manager or is it just Bruno? I'm just putting it out there, man.
Yeah, listen, but the thing is, why is it always Ole got saved and not Ole got a piece that he wanted and then it started to work? Can we not say that? Can we not say that Ole had a list of players that he wanted? He got just one of those players, and ever since he got just one of those players, we've been banging. Imagine if we got the other people on his list, like Haaland, Sancho, and Grealish. We'd be easy title contenders right now. So all I'm saying is that what I can argue is Ole got one piece of the puzzle that he requested, and our football looks a lot better. So the way I see it, he actually got a player he wanted to implement a system that he wanted. That's all. I mean, obviously, Bruno Fernandes is playing out of his mind. I'm not going to say he's not saving him, but it can work both ways.
So, a question to you. I'll go straight. Ole in, out.
At the end of the day, for me, as long as Manchester United win and do it the Manchester United way, I'm going to be happy as a fan, because obviously at the end of the day, think about the moment when Mourinho was during his sort of latter stages of the United campaign that he had with us. Very toxic environment. Even during the times that we won with him, the football it was so Mourinho-esque. Like with Spurs, they're winning right now, yes, but we could honestly say that they're not playing exciting football that fans are going to be like, oh wow, Spurs played great football. At the moment, I'm just happy that the boys are showing some fight, showing some grit, and playing for the badge. That's all. That's all I care about. As long as you play for the badge, I'm happy, and just get the W. I'm happy.
Can I ask one question to the United fans?
Yeah.
Because I heard one United fan talking in one of. I was talking to him earlier in it, and I was heard him. He was watching the game, and he
Yeah.
was saying, "Boy, this is some dead football, bro." And
Well, today,
you see that also, yeah. You say, bro, this is boring to watch. And I can't lie, you know what it is, yeah. The last few games, you lot have been getting bailed out in the last second. I'm not saying that you're not showing grit to get there, but to not be ahead earlier in the game, are you not concerned?
Kems, listen, let me reply to Kems. Firstly, I was there. I was there when said United fan said this. And when this was said, it was like the 20th minute, the 30th minute. Honestly, it wasn't looking good. I mean, even me and him, we were like, it's looking like one of those games. You know, Buffet and Trey. I don't know if you felt that as well, but we really thought it was one of those games where, you know, 0-0 at Old Trafford, just dead in it. But, you know, ultimately, we did what United do. So it is what it is. I mean, you can't expect like a blitzing performance every game. And some of these players that were on now, you know, they played not too long ago as well. I think the only real people that had good time off was like Pogba and Matic. Other than that, I think the rest of the team had been playing quite consistently. So maybe it was always going to be a bit dull. But either way, we came away with it.
I would say
you got to give Wolves credit at the end of the day. Wolves, if you look at the previous games that we've had with Wolves, it's always a tough game with them. Always a difficult game with Wolves. One thing you know with Wolves and Man United nowadays is that game's going to be a gritty contest. Like, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't nice to watch, but at the end of the day, yes, you could say it's a lucky win, but considering the circumstances, we needed obviously to win to be within 2 points away from Liverpool with a game in hand. So with those circumstances in mind, I'm happy with the W.
It feels like Phantom really wants to say something, but obviously he's trying to hold himself back.
If I speak, I'm in trouble, fam. If I speak, I'm in trouble, fam. I have to keep the gate closed, fam.
Lombe, why are you always trying to beef me?
Okay, so well, let me ask you a question, right? Because I will bounce off this same one here. It says a lucky win for United, poor performance against Wolves under 23s. Surely United fans must be worried about that performance. Would you agree with that comment, Lombe?
Worried. I agree with every single word, but worried. I'd more be like not convinced.
Yeah.
Not convinced about what?
Not convinced that you are, mainly not convinced that you're seriously going for the title yet.
No. So as the reason why today, I would say today was one of those games. It was one of those games where it's first hand in the ball, take the bumble that's left. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say that today was like your Brighton game, the Brighton game as well for you guys. It's practically that. It was literally a snatch and go, but this is what
do you think I'm convinced by that Brighton game?
Oh, definitely not.
Do you think we're
That's all I'll
convinced about
say.
that? Are you saying that we're convinced about that Wolves game?
No, but I mean, like I'm not. Even though we played better than we've played in a long time, and we won the game, you have not heard me gloat about it. And when I did speak about it, I've admitted very many times that we were very lucky. I admitted before the game, this is going to be a tough game. I admitted that we were lucky that Brighton could have put us away today. They just, as usual, just like they did with Man United and other teams, they just don't have teeth up front. But they could have put us away.
Basically, today was one of those games which was a scrap metal and you just grab and take. That's what it was. There's nothing more to look more into it about. It was just grab and take. That's it.
Yeah. All around it's a midweek game in December. it's going to happen.
Yeah, games are coming thick and fast. And it's the same all around the front.
This is a
We played a
good
game
question.
3 days ago.
This is a good question, Haroon, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of talk that's been going on around. Like at the end, Werner playing in the right position, Havertz playing in the right position. Would Werner and Havertz be better under a manager that's not Fat Frank?
Arguably, but we'll never know.
Uh,
Would Aubameyang,
Allegri, fam.
would Aubameyang score 20 goals by now under Allegri, under Pochettino? Who knows? Who knows? You have what's in front of you. Of course, Havertz, I'll tell you what's going on with that guy.
but
He
because of the manager, they're being played out of position.
Yeah, of course. Werner is a different situation. Havertz, I believe in him. I believe in him. That guy, you can't do what you did in Leverkusen, be team of the year, and come here and just be rubbish. It's growing pains. I mean, it's the same thing that's going on with Chelsea. Growing pains. That's fact. Werner, whole different situation. I think everyone here can agree he's not the best on left wing. And that's maybe in his situation, Frank Lampard. I don't know what's going on with that guy, bro. I don't know why he keeps forcing him to play left wing. He should be up front. The one game he did play up front against Southampton, banked in 2 goals. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah.
I think Haroon's right, bro. Havertz, like next year or in the next 2 years, I think he's going to destroy the Premier League. Look at Fred, man. Fred's taken like 2-3 years to become a good player.
I've got one thing to say about the Chelsea situation. I've never seen Chelsea thrive playing good football. That sounds strange, but I mean, like, Chelsea are at their best when they're just ugly and gritty and mess, like that mess where you can feel the ominous Chelsea-ness coming. I don't feel it. It's too nice. It's too.
Yeah, but do you think that's because of
Ziyech and
Mourinho?
Oh,
Yeah.
No. Conte.
When Ziyech comes back, it's a whole different situation because the games he did play in, we won almost every single one. I think we drew one, won the rest, and he got a goal and assist for each game played in, and 3 man of the matches. You've seen the picture.
Playoffs.
Haroon, let me ask you a question, bro. So, your honest opinion, do you think that Werner and Havertz were Lampard signings?
I would argue that Werner was, yes. Of course, you have Tammy and Giroud, completely different. What are these comments? I got haters. In the comments.
Josh is mocking it.
Anyway, listen. Point is, Werner, I think, was his signing because you need a versatile forward, someone who can play allegedly on the wings, on left wing, right wing, false 9, whatever. But in Tammy and Giroud, you have the same striker. Arguably, one's better than the other, but you have the same striker, target man, up front, poacher, gets the goals. Werner, speedy, poacher, and he's just a killer. Like, prolific scorer. He scores 30 goals last season. That's the guy you want up front. Havertz,
we've got a long way. Sorry, we got a long way to actually be convinced about everything, because if Lampard continues playing people out of place, you do know your owners.
Cut through.
Bro, trigger fingers, bro. He will empty the clip on you, man. Trigger fingers, bro. Quick.
All I'm gonna say,
and then Gumbuck you after ending the clip.
Abramovich is not a joke, bro.
It's not a joke.
All I'm gonna say is it's been 3 months, and I think, like most players, you need the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, people are judging Pogba off how many years? How many years have he been at United? 3 years, 5 years? Who knows? He's been there for a very long time, innit?
Bro, they gave Pepe like 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing I'll say about this: the judgment of players. Once you cost 60 mil or upwards, people expect you to come in and straight away, regardless of what kind of player they are, regardless of what environment they've come from, regardless, people just expect you to hit the ground running. Even Cristiano Ronaldo didn't hit the ground running for 80 mil at Real Madrid.
At this present moment, we've got 2 people or 2 players that are well, Greenwood is not priced, and Martinelli is literally, I think, is priced at a bargain, at a really good bargain. And these two players, upon price tag, or if it doesn't matter, are two people that we can genuinely look at as the next talent to bring forward. In your opinion, Zamwa, who do you think is better?
Listen, look at Kems. I will feed when we get smite if you keep
There's
this
no
up.
reason. There's no point. There's no point in asking him.
Listen, no, hold on. First of all, Martinelli is a bad boy. In last year's fantasy, he carried me towards the end. In last year's fantasy Premier League, I picked up Martinelli. He took me far. I think he's very talented, but I think just in terms of being a footballer and a forward, Greenwood is just too prolific with both feet. You can't guard this man if you're a fullback. Just because of that, I'm going to say he's better. But it's not like Martinelli is miles off. It's just Greenwood has got generational finishing. This guy will just absolutely destroy a shot, left or right foot. You can't train that. No way you can train with the way that he will finish. So because of that, the fact that he can finish to such an elite level with both feet, it has to be Greenwood.
Kems, who would you have in your team?
Well, you know what it is? I'm not gonna argue against anything he's just said because Greenwood's a baller in it. But for me, the way if you watch Martinelli play football, this guy is a pit bull on the pitch. That's something you can't teach. This guy's work rate is absolutely through the roof. He will make everyone in the team think, hang on, whoa, I need to step it up because this guy's taking the piss. Bro, that's one thing I want on my team. If I'm looking at that guy and it makes me want to work harder, I need to have him. And of course, he has all the skills, or anything you want, he has it. But that in him, this guy works harder than anyone else in the whole club, bro. No one else at Arsenal can look at him. Maybe
hold on. There is one thing I want to add though. I will say Martinelli if Greenwood doesn't become less selfish. Like against Leipzig, he should have squared the ball to Rashford when the game started, and he had a dead shot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing a lot of selfish traits here or there, which might be because he's a striker. But
no, I think it's because he's a younger.
Maybe both, but he needs to cut it out. If he doesn't, then I don't care about your finishing. You need to, I don't know. He needs to fix up because to some extent he cost us against Leipzig. In a must-win game, you need to go for the sweaty finish. You have to.
He needs to make the right decision at the right time. I think, like at
it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword because if he puts it in the bin, you're not complaining, which he has the literal ability to do.
Yeah, but
agreed. But then it's the double-edged sword. So he chose to be put to that double-edged sword. And if you choose to get put to it and it doesn't work out, that's why it's a double-edged sword. And I see Joey Khan speaking in the comments, bro. Greenwood's moving like Doncic, man.
Arun, you're a neutral between this. Who would you rather have in your team, a Martinelli or a Greenwood?
It's a very tough one, but if I had to say someone, I'd probably say Mason Mount. Mason Mount,
yeah.
Someone pick this guy up.
I'm muting audio, blood. Don't worry about that.
He's gonna get a lot of haters. But he does everything perfectly. You know what I mean? He's one of the guys. He's one of the midfielders that you can overlook. I said this in the last podcast, like Kovacic. Kovacic is a top 10 centimeters.
I like Kovacic.
Are you actually going to continue to argue this? I thought you were joking.
Okay. No, wait. I got a question. Foden or Mount? Foden or Mount?
For me, Foden. No question.
That's right. You better say that.
It's close. All day long, Foden is playing over Mount all day long. Foden, you can just see that natural ability with the way he moves the ball, the way he distributes play, the way he reads the play as well, man. It's excellent, man. I see he's learned a lot from hanging around David Silva. Obviously, that's his idol, having him at the club. He obviously looked up to him, so he's modeled his game around David Silva, and what an example to model his game around. And you can see the way he's just picking up the game and the way he's playing is just, he's getting better every year. So for me, all day long, I would take Foden over Mount. But Mount is excellent. I'm not gonna lie, Mount. He does have some ability, and he's proven that he's Lampard's trustee. That's why for me, if you're gonna go back to that point about the whole if Havertz and Werner were Lampard signings, I definitely feel that Havertz wasn't Lampard signing. Stay low.
Jesus Christ.
If it was down to Lampard, he would play Mount over Havertz all day long. But because of his price tag,
Lord.
Yeah, these comments are a bit. Trey,
This is wild. This is wild.
I'm sorry, man. I can't hold myself, man.
Reckless.
Before we move on, I want to hear what Trey and Lombe say for Greenwood and Martinelli.
Trey, you go first, fam.
Well, ladies first, yeah? You might as well go first, Lombe.
Alright, I'm gonna be a politician, fam. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm fully politician right now, man.
Yeah.
Okay, on Mason Mount, yeah. Let me just a side comment on Mason Mount, yeah. I like Mason Mount. Wait, just a side comment on Mason Mount, yeah. I like him because I think he's one of these players. This is my prediction. Mason Mount is gonna get better with age. Like I want to see him when he's about 27, 28, and he's mature because I think he's got personality. He's a brave player. No. He's a brave player. I want to see what that does for him. He's a rough diamond, but he's got some bravery that I don't really see from the youngsters. Speaking of bravery, now Greenwood Martinelli. Now,
let's hear it.
Now, I'm just gonna say it. Greenwood is a fucking robot killer output machine. Martinelli is a force of personality, skill, and will.
That is two good ways of putting each one of them.
Agreed.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
You know
so it's literally like, do you know what it is? It's like comparing Pogba and Bruno Fernandes.
I'll take
That's
Bruno.
literally what I'll say. That's what I'll say is Martinelli.
I'll take Bruno.
I'll take Bruno, man. I'll take
Yeah,
Bruno.
but who's the more talented player?
Who's got World
Yeah,
Cup?
that's a matter. I don't know who to pick that.
Like at his peak, Pogba's got talent that is literally probably unmatched in the Premier League.
Transcendent.
Like literally, yeah. But then if you shift that mindset that Bruno Fernandes has, I've always said Bruno Fernandes, I don't think he's this elite talent of a player. I just think he's a smart player with a load of grit, and he just knows his game inside out.
It's very
too much.
That's what I'm saying, that Pogba, I would have to have a certain team to actually get him in my team. Bruno,
Greenwood,
I'll just take any. I'll just put him in any team. Literally.
Martinelli.
Yeah.
You just described Martinelli and Greenwood. If you get a certain team around Greenwood, he's gonna be putting away chances like a fucking madman.
Yeah.
If you put Martinelli in a team, he's going to drag them.
Yeah.
No, it's true. You made obviously some good points there about obviously Martinelli and Greenwood.
I'll take Martinelli personally. I just respond to grit
At
characters.
the
same time, yeah. But at the same time, I know if Greenwood is against me on the other team, he's probably gonna fucking score against me. Put one in the top corner, and I'm just gonna be like, wow. I took Martinelli, but Greenwood scored.
But can
My
Greenwood
team
do
is
my
1-0 down.
Can Greenwood do my Chelsea? He's an elite scorer for his age, and obviously he probably will get more skills as he grows and stuff. But right now, as it looks, Martinelli is looking more like the complete package. You know what I mean? He's got the grit, he's got the skill, he's got the playmaking. He can score as well. You know,
Who's this?
Greenwood's just a scorer right now. That's Martinelli.
It's Martinelli. Yeah.
But Greenwood right now, all we know is he can just score both feet. Very talented, almost like an Aubameyang situation.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If Greenwood puts his decision making a bit better, then his talent and his output is unmatched. If he can just get that decision making down.
Yeah.
I think this one here that we're going into, Rashford and Sterling, these two are the same or different coin, lad. I mean, they're the same. There's one is one coin and two different faces. Because in Rashford, if Rashford took all the chances that he has or he makes for himself, if he actually did take the chances or make the right decisions when it's actually time to make these decisions, you'll be. I swear to God, this guy will be better than Mbappe. He will be, long time ago. But he will never be. He will never be because in the moment that he has his chances, I'll tell you right now, this Greenwood's unplayable. But in the moment, those moments come out so rarely that he will never be that person. He will never be that person that.
Ruben, let me ask you a question then. Let me just ask you a quick question. So, would you say Sterling is a big game player?
No, they're both the big game players. They're both.
Sterling is.
Sterling's not a big game player.
But at the end of the day,
Sterling has produced.
Okay, fine. Even if Sterling's not a big game player, Sterling will remain consistent. More consistent than of being effective in a team. But at the end of the day, I want some look. Even when we look into FPL, Sterling's consistent. I don't know. Okay, maybe they've got a better team. Yeah, but Sterling stays consistent all the time.
What base for me?
He brings in goals and assists.
Nah, for me, Grupe, yeah. No. I'm going to be honest with you.
What do you mean, no?
Sterling is an excellent advocate of the game. Like, he's done great things off the pitch. He's obviously improved his game on the Pep, but I just feel that he's not a big game player in a sense where I wouldn't see Sterling win a game for Man City, maybe a 1-0 in a big game or in an important match. I would see Sterling maybe scoring or contributing during a game where City are maybe winning 3-0, 2-0. Do you know what I mean?
Can I say something? Yeah. Can I say something?
Allowing him to be
for the longest of time, people were saying that Zlatan wasn't a big game player. Yeah.
Who said that?
Bruv, there was a time.
It's true.
There was a time and spell where Zlatan was not
not a big game player. What you're trying to say for AC Milan, for Inter Milan?
Hold on a second. Bruv, consistently, if your team has to win, they have to win the little games and even the medium to big games. If you don't score in the big games, yeah, you're not considered as world class, but then you've contributed to your team like a lot. That's the thing that Rashford disappoints me in. I've got so much high hopes for Rashford.
I think Sterling and Rashford are very similar. It's like they're the exact same player in different body types.
Yeah.
Same mentality, same sort of frustration, same sort of everything, except Rashford is more of an athlete. Sterling is more of an agile dribbler and a technician, but they've got the exact same mentality, same frustration, same sort of things that they do. They both, in my opinion, I disagree with Sterling not being a big game player. In a big game, he's one of the only guys who's carrying the fight for Man City. And if Aguero's not there, he's one of the only guys who will step up. He'll keep missing, but then he'll scrap one through.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with Rashford. He's exactly the same in that. Like they are literally the same player in different bodies. Fam.
I disagree. I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree massively.
Go ahead.
I disagree massively.
They even both have a purple patch players as well. Purple patches, they will destroy your team. Both of them. That's my opinion, but carry on, Trey.
Why do you disagree?
I disagree because look, Sterling has obviously done well during his time at City under Pep. He's obviously produced good numbers.
And Liverpool.
Ish, yeah.
He did well at Liverpool.
Ish. He's done a few bits at Liverpool. Eventually, obviously, got sold. Went to City, and he obviously became a better player under Pep. I just feel that Rashford's ability, his mindset, and the way he drives and keeps going, I think he just has that edge over
The grit.
Sterling. Even I could name a countless of games where I've seen Rashford step up, and he's not had the best of games, but he's produced the goods. Whereas with Sterling, I could give you an example. The Lyon match last year had that open goal,
Yeah, shocking.
missed it, cost City that.
I've seen many games like that from Rashford. Many games. Many where he just is not in the game. He's being kicked in his back. He's going down. He's doing this, holding his back. Like for example, the match against Arsenal at Old Trafford, he got slammed about in that game by Gabriel, and he didn't have a reply, even though it felt like, okay, you're watching him and you're thinking, okay, he could step up at any minute, but he didn't. He has those games as well.
No, wait, hold up. Lombe. He stepped up today. He
The shot was off target.
But did he step up today?
Today for me, he kept trying. Sterling could have done exactly the same game as what Sterling did. He could have done the exact same.
What? He's saying no, he wouldn't. Sterling ain't doing that.
Nah, Sterling's been doing that. No, listen. Let's just say Rashford at this point in the season is having a way better season than Sterling is. City are struggling so badly right now. Sterling, if he is that guy, should be stepping up, like Lombe said, but he really isn't. You know, United's been struggling. He's got 13 goals, all competitions. In December, that's crazy.
I can't lie. I feel like Sterling, he's always kind of been, when things are going well, you will see Sterling absolutely going crazy. But when things are tough, I don't know. You don't really see Sterling kind of stepping up, being the one that's going to get that one goal that they need. I don't really see that.
If Bruno is not performing for the team, Rashford is not performing for the team. But De Bruyne is not performing for the team right now. Sterling is not performing for the team.
So wait. So Bupe, so before Bruno, wasn't Rashford still producing?
Rashford carried us with all those injuries.
Wasn't Sterling?
Yeah, wasn't at Liverpool. Forget Man City, right? I remember what he was at Liverpool. I remember times when Liverpool would literally put Sterling up front.
Yeah, but
they were putting him up front. Right? He wasn't even a finisher. Huh?
Yeah, but their league position at the end of the season wasn't good. Listen,
Liverpool were trash back then.
Let me propose something to you. Forget the Liverpool. Right now, when you go into a Man City game, you need to account for Aguero. You need to account for all these mad players on an illegal team. There's less people that need to worry about Sterling because there's so many other threats. If you let's say last year when you had Pogba out, McTominay out, the team was like Daniel James up front with Rashford, Pereira, Lingard, Mata in midfield. Do you know how easy it is to just double team Rashford in that situation and you'll see no output from anybody else in midfield or strike? There's no way at any point in a game you can put multiple people on Sterling and just let De Bruyne, Aguero, Mahrez, let these men walk free. Sterling has a much easier job and he's still putting out a similar output to Rashford just because of the team.
He's never had a similar output. The only year Rashford is getting to that level is this season.
I'm talking about now.
Yeah, but we got to think the last 3 years, Sterling's been scoring 25, 20.
That team is illegal though. That team is illegal. Like there's not a lot of teams that have enough players or quality to guard every single person on that pitch.
But United,
even the subs they're making is peak.
I think you're underplaying United team last season. I think you're underplaying the team.
Our team last season, for a majority of the games, we had Fred, Pereira, Mata, Daniel James in the team, bro. Martial was injured. Majority. Majority. McTominay, Pogba, all they were out for a very long time. Martial was out. We didn't have Bruno. Who else was playing? It was the starting lineup would be Pereira, Lingard, Mata, Daniel James, Rashford, and then sometimes Fred.
Second half of the season, you had almost all your players. That's half the season.
You say second half, but it wasn't complete second half. We still went into the beginning of the second half with that team.
Either way, whatever way you cut it, obviously City, their personnel is way better than United. It's cool, especially last season. This season, I guess you can start judging and comparing, but we can't just look over how good Sterling's been doing, and you can't.
Well, I feel like
because of the team he had, it's just not fair.
I feel like one thing we can't just brush aside is the fact that Sterling's had Sterling's had Pep this whole time, and Rashford has just been going through madnesses with managers. I can't lie. Right now, me personally, I'm not a man that thinks, oh, he's amazing, but he's doing what he can in it. But at the same time, he's not Pep. Like, we all gonna be real, he's not Pep. So I feel like if you gave Rashford an actual system that was just certified, because I feel like no United fan can really tell us, like, they know how they're gonna play week in, week out, because it's kind of changing all the time.
That's valid. I would say that's a valid
point. To be fair,
I don't know how Rashford will perform in a well drilled team that definitely knows this is what we would do.
It makes me put Rashford on PSG, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I expected when Sterling went to Man City, the moment when I saw 50 million, it's done. Sterling going to Man City, I thought he was gonna be benched way more than he is. I thought he was just gonna be a guy like in their squad, but he's first team. The whole time, Sane is on the bench. Sterling's playing. Like Sane's gone. Sane's gone.
Yeah.
Sterling's there.
Sane's better than Sterling, though.
Agreed.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think the injuries have really hurt Sterling.
I don't think Pep liked him anyway, though.
Light hairs, man, better than Sterling, in my opinion, man.
Talent-wise, I'd say so, but in terms of luckiness and not being injured, production,
it's been so tough for him, so tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Sterling is slightly more consistent, but form Sane is an absolute demon. Right?
No, bro, if you're a right back and you see Sane in form going at you, you're terrified. You're terrified.
That's a long day. Yeah, but it's the same thing with Sterling. Like, it's a long day coming up against Sterling. It's a long day.
It's a long day. 6 foot.
No, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, mate. That's a long day for Sterling.
Let me put this to bed, yeah?
I made a long
put this to bed. So it's Rashford over Sterling, yeah? Let me ask you a question, Bupe, then. Has Rashford scored against Man City in his time?
Yeah.
Has Sterling scored against Man United?
Wan-Bissaka, blood. That's
no.
We just got one.
No, this is fact. Sterling's not scored against Man United.
Dude, Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Bro, check whatever. Sterling has, since he's been at Man City, he's not scored against Manchester United.
What does that mean, though? Because he scored against better teams.
Oh, it's goals, man. Let's put it
there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, you're okay.
You can't score against. Hey, at the end of the day, people are saying Rashford and Martial are not United level players.
Martial? What do you man think about Martial? Because I've heard this today, yeah? He's been at United for 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. And I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't have a lot to show for it. So I'm trying to think, what is the United fans' perspective on Martial? Because for me, I feel let down a little bit.
Start soft, man.
Martial has been put into different positions, and at the end of the day, I would rather a different position that he's playing right now. He has, but he has. Yes, he has. He was up front.
Apart from being moved away, exactly. Apart from playing up front last season, right? He's been playing left wing. He's probably, of all your front line, he's the one guy who's been playing in his position for 90% of the entire time he's been. Apart from the second half of last season.
No, before the second half. Before Zlatan came, he was our striker. Then he got pushed on.
Yeah, he was a striker. He played a season.
Before Zlatan came, Rashford was striker as far as I'm concerned. Them times when he came through.
No. It was Martial, and then he got pushed definitely to the left with Zlatan being there, and then sometimes when Zlatan left, sometimes he would come into the middle because it was Rashford in the middle now, and he would sometimes play there, and then now he's just solidified just being a striker. So he's gone left, middle, left, middle, left. Oh, and then now middle. So
My
at the end of the
analysis
day,
of Martial, purple patch player, demon purple patch player.
at the end of the day, he's done what he's had to do with different managers, from Louis van Gaal, but he's I wouldn't say he hasn't been,
Purple patch player, bro. Purple patch player.
because when he
Give me a better
disappears,
description for him than that.
Hold up. It's too hard to say that because for 3 years he was not on good terms with Mourinho. He had injuries here and there as well. It's not like he was playing every game and not performing. That's what purple patch means. But when he is actually playing, his goal to game ratio is very high.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, he got moved to left wing. He's not a winger. He looks like a good winger with how he can play, but ultimately he's not a winger. He's a striker. He was never happy with going to left wing. You can't move a player like Martial, whose mentality is quite soft. You can't move to left wing when he doesn't want to be there and expect him to perform under a manager who he does not like. And on top of that, he's injured, so he's not consistently playing. So if you like remove the years that Jose was there, let's say he's been here for 4 years playing how he'd want to play. I could bring the question back to you, Kems, and I would be like, look, Lacazette's been there for almost 4 years. What's he done?
Bro, but your thing is, I'll say Lacazette's been dead. That's the difference. That's the difference.
And what about Pepe?
He came in with more
caliber. Pepe hasn't been good enough. Bro, the thing is, this is the difference, yeah. Well, if you ask me about Arsenal, I'll be real. You man will go left, right, up, down, all the way to just bag Martial. He has not been good enough.
Lacazette is constantly playing in the position he wants. Constantly.
Martial's playing a lot.
Martial bro, that's recently. But Lombi is a proper match player. You can't say that when he's out of position and he's had injuries.
Martial is Walcott, bro.
This season has been perfect, healthy.
Martial is moving like Walcott.
No, he's not.
He's moving like Walcott, bro. He's Walcott. Every now and then he wants to play left wing, he wants to play on the right, then he wants to stay up top, then he wants to play on the right.
He's only wanted to be striker. Bro, his whole brand is based around being a striker.
When Walcott is on form, oh my god, he's taking the fifth goals here, hat-trick there. I don't know.
Rashford or Walcott?
Rashford or Walcott?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about, G?
Agree.
What a question.
Ooh, that's ooh. Walcott's output is actually nuts. If you actually look at his numbers, it's actually great.
Hey, I'm taking Walcott, big man thing.
Wait. If that's the case, then this comment stands. If you want to look at output, Havertz is a better talent than.
No. Do you know why? I can tell you. I can tell you exactly why I'll take Walcott.
Why?
Walcott is an unstoppable weapon of a player if you've got a top-class striker in front of him. He had his best games, with Van Persie, because it was very simple.
How many goals
Walcott knew he scored it, but he had like 2 seasons where he scored over 20 goals and got 10 assists.
How many goals did he score for Arsenal? Oh.
Bro, I'm not sure, but he scored quite a lot.
Bro, his record is stupid. Yeah,
in the Emirates, he's probably top. In the Emirates era.
Everything you're talking about is the same as this comment. It's the same logic. Because if you talk about actual talent, then Havertz is looking like a supreme talent.
No, not better than Bergkamp.
But Bergkamp is a ridiculous comparison.
What you man are saying, and you want to look at output, then this comment stands. If you think Walcott is better than Rashford, this comment stands.
But you're comparing man to gods, fam. To God's class.
How many mortals does he have?
Wait. I'm not.
Wait, what?
No, I'm saying. Wait, are we talking about Havertz and Bergkamp or flipping?
The comment is talent. The comment is talent.
Oh, Rashford and Walker. I thought I was reading that comment and thinking, wait, we're comparing output. I was thinking, wait, I. With Walcott, yeah, I think he's kind of like a weapon player that you can't stop if you use him properly. It's like Fellaini. Fellaini's a weapon player you can't stop. If you swing it in back post, it's winning it. If you put it in behind, Walcott's winning it. And he's doing something simple like dewing it across because he's behind the whole back line. And Van Persie's putting it away. And Walcott was very reliable with them things. You have dead games, you hide, you do things like that. But once you just put it in behind, do that run like that, and then Fabregas is in the team, it's just in behind, do it, done. End of story. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how Walcott spammed these goals. Literally got numbers off of that.
Isn't that how he scored against you, man, the other week?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Yes. Literally, yes. Big man, that's not even a joke. Like, he literally in behind dinked the keeper. The keeper came out as well because he sees Walcott bearing down on him. He chips him.
We're saying that we're saying that Walcott is better than Rashford.
Yeah, so I got the stats. I got the Walcott stats. Walcott has got 400 appearances, 108 goals, and 48 assists.
But what about for Arsenal? For Arsenal, because he had the madness
that's
and all these. That's Arsenal.
That's for Arsenal. Yeah. In 400 games, 108 goals, 78 assists. That's good numbers. That's good numbers for sure.
Right, he's playing on the wing. He's playing up top. He wasn't a consistent starter for Arsenal 24/7. He'd be there more time than not, but a lot of the times he's getting dropped by other players as well. So
he got most of his goals as the right winger.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what I'm actually hearing is Theo Walcott is better than Rashford.
No. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
I disagree.
Well, you got a guest. You got a special guest.
Bro, this guy is actually trying. Hey, chill. Bro, this guy is a nuisance.
He's not better. He's not.
Okay.
He's not better than Walcott. No, I mean Walcott is not better than Rashford. I think it's just more effective.
I'm not saying.
No, I'm saying that Walcott will produce more numbers than Rashford.
No,
I don't think so.
It's just more effective.
Arsenal fans actually arguing this right now. Look at the comment that is up right now.
Bro, and I know who commented that on. I don't care what you say.
Kems, you've got issues, bro.
How long has Rashford been at United?
Really, Havertz and Bergkamp is not the same comparison as Rashford and Walcott.
Come on, man.
Can we just? I'm not even an Arsenal supporter, but can we just literally put Bergkamp to the side? Like that.
Please, thank you.
Illegal. Like this is not.
Come on, man.
Is it illegal?
I don't think it is illegal.
Come on, man.
That's like comparing.
This man did not win a Champions League. This man did not win a Champions League.
Havertz won the Champions League. What's he talking about?
No, he hasn't. He will. He's so.
All I'm saying is, if you're gonna think about Bergkamp for what he's done for Arsenal. Come on, man. Havertz, don't bring that into the field.
Can I just say that
We're talking talent.
He was literally to talk about. He was top 3 in a team that was invincible. He was top 3, and you are literally talking about Havertz and some other person. Come on.
Yo, you guys seeing the comments? Yo, Bupe, get you comment up. This is gonna trigger Kems and Lombi.
His body title with Leicester bigger than Henry's. Come on, man. This is Come on, mate. Come on.
You know what?
Ask Vardy that question.
Let me make a point about Vardy though. Like, on the real, for me,
he needs respect.
Vardy's a living legend in the Premier League right now. He's a living legend. He's a prolific goal scorer. I always say grit. If you want to talk about a player that has grit, Vardy's your man. Like he's someone that doesn't give a fuck about what's going on. I'm getting this ball in the back of the net, man. Like what is achieved with Leicester as well. You got to give him credit. And plus as well, he's one of the only players from grassroots football, played in every single league, come up all the way up to the Premier League, and still have that humble mindset of a lion. And I respect him massively.
Yeah, but if you're saying those two names, like Henry is the best striker the Premier League has ever seen. Full stop. Like there's no argument.
Exactly.
Like you can talk about Drogba, you can bring in absolutely anyone you want, but if you're talking about just striker, Henry is the best striker Premier League has ever seen. Let's move on from that.
You know what? I'm a bit like this. Reason being is, if you're gonna say that, what about the players that have scored more goals than him in their history? Like,
Bruv, we know.
It's all about goals, though.
We know.
It's all about goals.
Come on, if you watch that man play football, man.
We know.
If you watch Henry play football, that guy made me love football, not even just Arsenal. Yeah.
As in, if you know football and you're just watching football fully, like you know, Henry is the best striker in its life, in its history of it existing. Henry is the best striker. Let's just say, I hate Arsenal. I hate them, but you gotta respect that, like 100%.
Don't get me started on this, cuz.
How many goals has Andy Cole scored?
Not even Alan Shearer.
I'm just saying, how many goals has Andy Cole scored in the Premier League?
Like you're disrespectful. You're disrespectful, man. You're disrespectful. That's ridiculous.
It's disrespectful at all, because obviously, if you want to look, you're obviously saying best striker, but like Andy Cole scored more goals than him, so how is he the best striker?
He's got 187 in 414 appearances.
And how many has Henry scored?
Stay tuned.
More than that.
He's got 175 in 258. So that's a 0.
That's outrageous. That's outrageous.
And considering as well, let me throw this fact as well. You know, Andy Cole, none of Andy Cole's goals were from the penalty spot as well. Just putting that into consideration as well. So imagine.
I don't know.
Goals for the penalty spot as well. Could have been more.
Wait. I'm not hearing this.
Wait,
what are we talking about? Wait, what are we talking about? What's the topic? I'm lost.
I'm not hearing this.
I heard best striker in it. So
wait, hold on, Trey.
I'm just throwing it in that.
Andy Cole's not top 30, bro.
The best striker when another person scored more goals than them in the Premier League.
Do you disagree in just in your football knowledge that Henry is the best striker the Premier League has ever seen?
No, my views on Henry is this. I think Henry is the best foreign import into the Premier League. I definitely believe that he's the best foreign player to come into the Premier League through what he's done goals-wise and also assist-wise.
That's semantics.
The best striker in the Premier League.
No, you're talking semantics. Let's answer the question. You think the Premier League, Henry is the best striker the Premier League has ever seen?
I disagree.
Why?
Would you say Andy Cole? Or Andy Shearer? Or
I've given you names of guys that's obviously got more goals than him in the Premier League. So how can you classify someone else?
Wait. Let me end this discussion.
Like we are saying, Theo Walcott has got bags of goals,
but not more than Henry.
No, but more than Martial, more than these people that we talk about.
Alan Shearer's got the most goals, but Henry's better than him. There's
no
question about that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
if we can say that, you see this comment though. I think it means like how significant his achievement is compared to what he's done. Like this title that he won Leicester is more important than some of the achievements.
Is this a troll?
I don't think so.
Hey, we need to stop. We need to stop. Hey, this comment here. We need to stop.
I'm going to address the troll.
This is
what? Grealish is better than Bruno and Kevin De Bruyne.
We need to allow this, bro. We need to allow it.
I'm going to turn the laptop off, bro. And that's the end done. But
This Gerard 8 Maestro is always active with these comments. And, I've got a couple suspicions of who it is.
He needs to be banned. Oh, you know what? You know what? Suarez is up there, bro. I'm not saying he's better than Henry, but Suarez is one of
No. Chill.
Come on, man. Let's chill.
Oh, Michi, what a throwback.
You got some addressing.
We need to ban Mo from the comments. You need to ban
This is what I'm talking about. It's just fuck what you know about football. Let's put the numbers up. You know, that's what you're basically saying. Like you can clearly see, like in the cases here, but you're just like fuck it. Numbers speak. It's up there.
It's not all about numbers. End of the day, it's not
all about the numbers. It's not all about the numbers. For me, look, I'm just jokes aside, keeping it real. If you want to look at what Henry's done, goals and assists, he's up there. Definitely, he's up there as one of the Premier League's greatest legends. 100%. Like I agree with that. But to say that he's the outright best striker in Premier League history, it's a bit. You can't really say that if he hasn't scored the most goals. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Be my best, Trey, and give me somebody. If say you had Henry, you had Andy Cole, you had Alan Shearer, and you had Van Nistelrooy, and you could only pick one striker. Who are you picking?
It depends what you're going for at the end of the day, man.
No, who are you picking?
No, it depends who
Don't
you're
be a politician. Who are you picking? Okay, fine then, Trey. What would you go for?
I'm not gonna lie. I like Van Nistelrooy.
Oh,
I mean, hey, bro.
I like Van Nistelrooy. Wait, so let me throw this point out there. So when Van Nistelrooy was in the Prem with Henry, when they sort of battling out for that,
who always won that battle?
Hey, it's
always.
They've
no, who always won that battle? Who always won the battle?
What do you mean who won the battle?
Check the stats. Who do you want to check the stats? Season to season, yeah.
Probably Henry's won a few more, but
do you know? Wait. Do you know Henry holds the assist record as well in the Premier League?
Yeah, Henry holds the assist record. No, he doesn't actually. Ryan Giggs does.
Are you sure?
Let's check. Ryan Giggs holds the assist record.
Henry holds the assist record in the Premier League. Or maybe De Bruyne overtook him.
Holds the assist record. Ryan Giggs holds that.
As in for a single season. For a single season.
We can do it's tied with De Bruyne and Henry.
Let's get it.
De Bruyne and Henry tied with 29.
But Henry is the most Henry.
But Ryan Giggs has the most in history, though. In the Premier League, that's what
in terms of assists.
He was 18. He was 18 years in the league. Fair enough. He got the most assists in the history. Fair enough. But Henry is the most complete striker in the Premier League history, but none. That's the best way I could sum it up. That's the best way I could sum it up.
He never wanted.
If you're talking about supreme lethalness inside the box, Van Nistelrooy you can put him up there because he becomes laser. But when you're talking about
Henry never got Champions League as well, and he went missing.
Bro, don't say he went missing because if you watch,
won a Champions League for Chelsea.
Exactly, not single-handedly, but that goal. Prolific and that's struggle.
Yes, I know, but bro, if Lehman gets sent off in the first 20 minutes of the game, bro. No, I'm not having this because you know that day, bro. Fam, I was like, I don't even know. I was like 8 years old, fam. I cracked myself. Which striker?
Where is he?
Which striker does the Henry goal against Real Madrid? Which striker from the Prem does that?
Does what?
Which striker does the goal that Henry scored against Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu against all them, man, the Galacticos, the classic? Which striker in the Prem does that?
Nah, he's a killer. But if we're talking about accolades,
would have done that.
Big games,
accolades.
Would have done that.
Invincibles. Accolades.
Guys, Guys, okay, cool. We'll do a history. If you guys really want to do a history lesson or bring in your stats and bring in everything, we can talk about it a different time. But right now, let's just stick to present moment because otherwise we can go on for time and time and it's more subjects and more subject. So, also, how are you feeling at the moment? Are you at this present moment? Do you feel like this is the bounce back? This is the what you've been waiting for. You've beaten Chelsea, you've beaten Brighton. I know Brighton was also a scrap. Do you think this is the bounce back, like on the way up again? Are you
I'm not.
putting
I've
all
got
your?
hope so. It
Are you
better be.
also,
It has to be. If it's not, we're finished. Well, there has to be a bounce back.
but
Like, there's
do
no
you,
room for error right now.
do you
Honestly,
think?
if a few more losses and boy, everything's on the ropes right now.
I don't believe it.
Ah,
It's not convincing. You know what I mean? It's nothing convincing.
I'm not gonna say I'm convinced, but at the end of the day, it's what is it, December 29th? Maybe the 30th now. Just January is round the corner, literally a few days. So right now we're not horribly bad right now. We still got a chance to finish with a respectable place. So if we go into the January transfer market, we sell. I don't even know if we can sell a couple people, but let's bring a couple people in. Who knows what can happen? But
Who would you take? Who would you take? Who like you got one position, one signing.
One signing. I've been hearing Isco, but I don't know how realistic that is. But if we could get like someone like him in, we need a bad boy attacking midfielder because I love Emil Smith Rowe, but I can't trust him for like the next 20 games of the season. I can't trust him with that. So we need someone. We need someone that can do that job.
That's fair enough.
Who would you take? Who would you actually like looking at?
Well, anyone in the world, I can take.
Who would you think can actually change up the game for Arsenal? In your opinion,
you know, I can't lie. Hussein Aouar, if like that signing, if we got him and Party, oh my god, man, that summer window would have been perfect, absolutely perfect. I don't think we would be where we were, but the fact that we can only get one of them is tough. Yeah, it's tough. Aouar is a killer, man. He's an absolute killer.
What about you, Lomé?
You don't think you could just slot back? You don't think you could put Ozil back in January?
Nah. Oh, actually, fuck it. Grealish. I'm taking Grealish over, probably maybe over Aouar. I can't lie, just because he's Premier League proven.
Fair.
Lomé, who will you take?
Oh,
I would take Hosam Aouar, Basuma, or there's a couple players, man. I'm more looking for a 3-8 cam, so I'd probably take Nkunku and Emil Forsberg, like anyone that can give us some
realistic as well.
I'd even take Ericsson, our big man thing. I'd take it.
Oh, I'll take yeah.
Hear me out. I think Havertz would be so perfect in your team.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, probably, but I mean, it's a bit seldom that.
Basically, just looking for
true.
Yeah.
Honestly, Lacazette would love Havertz. Lacazette would love him. In particular, him.
Yeah.
Just coming up to the last points. Man United, I know we're sitting nicely on second place, and everyone has been doubting Oli all this time. Well, some majority of people have been doubting Oli, and it's a here and there kind of situation. How are you feeling at this present moment? I know, Trey, you're saying that. I know you're saying that just as long as we perform and we perform like Man United, etc., but at this present moment, Oli has got us to a point where we couldn't, or majority of us, for example, me, couldn't believe that we could be in such a position. You know what I'm saying? So how are you feeling about, what's the feeling now, the whole Man United feeling for you?
Honestly, right now, I've said this a few times. Obviously, you can check back in videos that we've done before. Only this season, for me, has to be a top 4 finish, and we have to win a trophy. So that trophy could be a League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League. He needs those two for him to have a successful season. And also that would represent progress from last season as well. Because as a fan, We want to see our club progress and develop and grow at the end of the day. If we don't achieve that, that represents something that we've not obviously achieved well. So I definitely feel that as a fan right now, I'm feeling content, I'm feeling good, I'm excited, obviously, because I know the Premier League's up for grabs. I don't think Liverpool's going to run away with it. People have been saying, oh, Liverpool going to run away with it, look at their team, etc. But well, it's such a strange Premier League that we're in right now. Anything can happen. The fact that we saw Aston Villa slam Liverpool, anything's possible. Guys are going to drop points.
We have Villa next, Trey.
What? So, what would you rather have? Trophy and no top four, or top four and no trophy?
Top four and no trophy, easy.
You better take top four because we've been getting trophy and no top four, and I'm not happy.
So what if we? So if you're getting top four,
let me answer that question in a political way. I'll take Europa League because that's
Europa League.
You've just won. Let's just put it this way. Let's say Oli gets top four, fourth. We get fourth, the number 4, and we don't get no trophies. Would you say Oli in?
I think that represents us not moving forward. That's not progress.
So would you want him out?
I would say that we would have to consider other options. Definitely, we'd have to.
But Trey, I don't think there are any other better options realistically. Like, I don't really rate Allegri like that. I don't think there's anybody that's going to come in and do a whole lot better. I mean, personally, I still think Poch was a bit of a bottler. So I'd rather watch Ole grow, even if we're gonna, even if it takes like another 2 years of being in and out. I'd rather that and watch Ole grow than get like Allegri, who's more of like a mercenary, or Poch, and just see what happens. Nah, man. Even if we get top 4 or whatever, we just need to see Ole grow.
What if unfortunately we miss top 4 by 1 point and end up 5th, and so Europa and no trophies?
If we win Europe, but that depends on if we win nothing else, just top 5. Yeah, okay, cool. But the thing is, at the same time, he still wasn't backed in the summer. Listen, if we got his actual signings that he wanted, because we're a big club, a manager should want to get his his preferred players. I mean, like I said, usually I'd say you'd have to get him out, but there's no other manager that I'd want to come in. There's nobody good enough to come in and change his.
You know what? The question I'm trying to get to here is: at what point do you say, you know what, it's all right, but at that point I want him out? What's your borderline?
Yeah, but all you're saying is that line. Like, if we were to get 5th with nothing, no trophy, he has to go. But at the same time, if there's nobody to replace him, then what are we gonna do? Why would I kick out Ole if there's no good replacement?
Yeah, I mean, like even if he has to stay with him regardless, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like Ole is not at his ceiling, though. He's not at his ceiling. So if we don't fire him, go on, Trey.
There's other candidates. For example, if let's say Ole was to get sacked, let's say if that happens, one of the candidates that I would look at is Leipzig's manager. Look what he's done.
I need to say that, but he's quite similar though. He's quite similar. It's not like he's brimming with experience, is he? And like, it's not like this Leipzig team is shit. It's not like it's not such a level higher where I'd want to sacrifice Ole. Where like, even then, Ole beat him 5-0 low key. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see that as a massive improvement. I feel as though we'd be in the same situation.
So you're in Ole in the long run, for the long run.
Yeah, but you have to be.
As a United fan, you have to be, man. You have to be. Like we're not. Let me just put this out there. We're not the type of fans that will throw our manager under the rug and kick him out. We're fighting with him in the end until the end.
It's not just that though. Now that now that we tried Jose and got rid of him, impossible. You have to stick with Ole.
Yeah.
Because
Kev, are you this?
I'm
Kev,
seeing
are you this?
I'm seeing a lot of hypocrisy here because the same guys who say Lampard is
Honestly.
not happy, you know, and it's the same kind
Lampard
of
just spent 300 million, bro.
What you spent, bro?
All right,
Ole spent
cool.
more
All
than
right,
him.
wait,
Ole spent more than him.
You
Bro,
bro,
it's
you
not-
Sorry, because I have to close this down. It's over 1 hour. But so I was just closing out to Man United support. But I'm coming to you, Haroon, now because at the end of the day, your manager spent over what 250 million or something like that.
350 million.
200. What you say, Samuel? Don't lie on here, man.
200
350 million Austrian dollars.
260.
for one window.
260 million in one
Ole
window.
spent more. Ole spent more, bro.
No, he didn't. Look at
He
Netspend.
has over 2 years.
Hold
he spent
on,
more.
guys.
And let's not forget, Pulisic is a Lampard signing.
No, he's not.
Give me.
But he came. He came
Hold on,
with
He joined the
Hold
with,
on. I'm gonna mute your audio.
Sam was just lying. Sam was just straight up lying.
Excuse me.
Straight up lying.
All right, listen. What I'm
TV.
saying, okay, it's 260 million in one window, right?
Yes.
In yourself, Lampard hasn't got on to where he's supposed to be because everyone was like afraid kind of way. When I saw all the signings there coming in, Havertz or Werner coming in, they were all just in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
Is if we don't get top 5, I mean, it's not your decision to make, but if we don't get top 5, is he gone?
I think just by the nature of football, everything's cutthroat. He's gone. Yeah. But
would you want to stick with it?
I would personally want to stick with him. If he gets 6th or 5th, I would stick with him because what you just said that see the names come in, Werner comes in, Havertz comes in, Ziyech comes in. Everyone's thinking it's instant impact. I know a good deal of people, and I think Lombe will agree with me. There's growing pains. It's not meant to just in a month. That's never ever the case. If you show me one example when that's happened, I'll put my hands up. But that's barely ever happened.
The last time that happened was with Chelsea as well. Remember that Atletico overhaul you man just did?
Well, we got Costa and
that's the closest thing.
Yeah, it's true, potentially. But we had a lot of like solid Prem players, a good foundation. Yeah. This is essentially our foundation. And to have so many young people, this is more of a project. Havertz, who was probably the biggest chunk of that 260 million, is a project player. And you guys are looking at him 3 months in and saying he's a failure. Lampard's, not good enough. But it's been 3 months. It's through COVID.
Let me say one point. Let me just say one point. Okay, so I'm gonna put my Roman Abramovich hat on, yeah. So I'm giving you 260 million, and obviously with that 260 million, I've given you some objectives. Sorry. So one, I want the Premier League and I want the Champions League. I'm giving you this money to bring me. Right now, from a business owner, do you think Abramovich is happy with what's going on with Chelsea right now?
I'll ask you the same question. What is the Glazers? The Glazers say the same thing to Ole when they appoint him. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. Okay, but no, but I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm looking at tenure here because Lampard has been here 2 years as well. Cool. But he can only spend in one window. So that 260 lump sum at once is very comparable to Ole. And if Ole doesn't meet these targets, you guys are saying you would keep him. So I want the same energy with Lampard.
Hold on. Everything I said about Ole has to go for Lampard as well. But the difference is your owner is very, very cutthroat. That's why you get
very true. But
can I ask you all a question? Can I ask you all just a quick question? Yeah. Do you genuinely think that Roman Abramovich has set Lampard those targets? I want the Premier League and Champions League.
Honestly, no way.
I think Premier League. I think the money he spent might actually
Premier League, definitely.
No way.
Are you trying to say no? Let me put this out there. So
no way.
Havertz and Werner, two of the best players in the Bundesliga. Are you trying to say
that's cap?
Bringing these players in,
they're not the best players on
the team.
Bro,
no,
the best young talent. Best young talent.
You say that come stay top 4, get top 4, and so we play Champions League for everyone. But they will never be like, get me everything now that I've got you that money.
Exactly. There's no way, bro. There's no way. That makes no sense. You can't have Liverpool and City in the Premier League so built who've spent probably triple the amount that Abramovich has given Lampard, and you're telling Lampard. I don't think Abramovich is that clueless because when he's buying Havertz, it's not just Lampard. It's not just Lampard buying him. It's Marina Granovskaya, wherever. Like, there's a whole board. There's people that signed off on it. It's not just Lampard. It's a club decision to bring in a young talent.
If those are the cases, Trey.
Let me just say this one point. Yeah. So I just want to sort of paint this picture of how savage your board is. Yeah. So Conte, did you not win the Premier League with you guys?
Yeah.
Did he not get sacked?
He did.
Carlo Ancelotti.
He did get sacked.
Did he win the Premier League with you guys?
Yep.
He did.
Did
he still not get sacked? So what I'm trying to put across
but there's a difference. But there's a difference, though.
There's a difference.
There is
a huge difference.
I'm just saying that.
Trey, I want
to.
I know you know the differences.
Huh?
No, he is savage. He's savage. But the difference between Ancelotti, Conte, all them, man, he's cutthroat with those managers who are come in, your experience, get the job done now. If you don't get it done, what the fuck are you here for? This is a completely different.
No, not even that. Not even that. Harun, you've skipped before that. You have squads which have the foundations of winning.
Exactly.
This is essentially setting the new pillars to the new foundation. Yeah. So it's like you have to put the pillars in place first. Because after last year and the transfer ban, you didn't have the pillars like in place. Now you're putting them down. And it's like, okay, maybe Abramovich is probably for the first time, because he's kind of closed the checkbook. He's closed the checkbook the last couple of seasons. He has. Yeah. It wasn't as going ham as much with Sarri.
Not by choice. So by choice.
Yeah, but maybe he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll give you this season. You're a club legend as well. I'll give you one season. Get top 4. Yeah, this season. Get those pillars in place. But the next season, I can't help you.
Yeah. If Lampard doesn't make top 4, I will lead the charge and say get him fuck out of it. But if he gets top 4 and doesn't at least make noise for a trophy, then we got a problem. But I mean, Lampard, I think he's the same as Oli. The same breath you say about Oli.
I feel like all these managers. I feel like Lampard, Arteta, Oli. They're all just up for interpretation right now, and you can. No one's really stamped on this league and said, "Yo, I'm here to stay."
Guys, it's gone much over what I wanted to go to. So I'll just end off at Arsenal then, because if we're all going to talk about Lampard, Oli as well, which have been given time, the one manager which looks like he's done the worst, but done the best at the same time, because he's got 2 trophies. Do you think that Arteta has been given the kind of same option that Lampard has? Get top 4.
I think, with Arsenal, I think there's so much. There's way more. I feel like this board are watching these games and they're thinking, "Hang on, yo, this is not what we thought this is. Like these players are not good enough. We didn't get 260 million to spend in summer. Like, we're still in the trenches, isn't it? We need a couple more years to get to even where Chelsea are right now, because we're still with
And so, what do you think? What do you think? Sorry, Lombe. You can answer this. You can also answer this question and continue your point. What do you think Arteta's targets are?
Well, there's caveats. There's caveats to this season. Give. First of all, if you put Arteta, Ole, and Lampard in, Arteta's got the hardest job. Let's just drop that. Yeah. Let's just park that on the side. Like, let's just park that. Yeah, Arteta's got the hardest job. 2, this particular year is a year to ride out contracts. Like, they probably told Arteta, if you can get top 4, do it. But for one, we've just sacked the Raul Sanllehi off the back of the Pepe transfer and a couple of other things. His turnover is like the Jupiter. You know that ring that goes around Jupiter, fam? It's all of them rocks and stuff. That's what's going on at Arsenal, blood. That's how much turnover. It's like like atoms, blood. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's what's going on at Arsenal. So they've told you know what, Arteta. I don't think they said don't get relegated, but I think they've realized shit. Like, you know, I reckon the Cronkies are going to sell up Arsenal. In the next 3 years, they're going to sell up.
Yeah.
Big man thing, yeah. They're starting to realize that you have to put in work for fucking football clubs now. You can't just rely on Arsene Wenger and whatnot. I've got a feeling. I've got feelings coming, fam. The day of salvation, blood. Terminator.
Oh, bro, I'll cry real tears on this podcast. If they sell Arsenal, we are having a podcast, and I'll cry real tears, bro.
Bottle.
Fam, you guys give Trey. You know how long I've been waiting for fucking Cronkies to fucking fuck off. Like, you know, I've been fucking waiting. Fucking yes.
Hey, it's the same sort of discussion with us. But you know what? I definitely feel that Arteta's target at the beginning of the season was top 4.
No, it was. It was. No, 100% it was. But I feel like once the season started, and they realized, hang on, these signings aren't really panning out. These players that we still have aren't really panning out. The only players that are actually doing okay are the youngsters, and they have no one to look up to. It's like, bro, there's only so much Arteta can do in that changing room. He's looking around, he's thinking, bro, who do I even turn to?
Okay, cool. Okay, so guys, this has literally come to an end because otherwise we can go on forever. I just have one more question, just quick fire. It's a yes or no, because I feel like he's been somewhat unfairly treated, and so I just have to throw it out there. Kems, would you play Ozil or
not? Okay, are we saying
just a yes or no, mate?
No. Can I say why though? But I'll just give a short answer.
Go ahead.
Because it's January soon, and we're going to buy someone new anyway, so there's no point playing him now.
And if they don't buy someone that can replace
then we need to fucking play that guy, bro.
Harun, do you think they should play Ozil?
Absolutely fucking yes.
Trey, do you think they should play Ozil?
It's evident, man. He's their best attacking midfielder that they've got right now on the squad.
No brainer.
Well, that's all we have time for, if anything. So, hey, listen. We'll have Lombe. I know that Phantom would definitely. This is not even going to end the discussion. So, guys, subscribe, like, share the channel, because we've got a lot of conversations too. We're going to come back to some of the points that were said about past players and players that are actually playing right now. We're going to look at more stats, and so you can get involved in that. I don't know where Zamwa has gone, but thank you to him as well. Trey, thank you very much. Phantom, thank you very much. Kems, we hardly see you, but thank you for showing your face in the room as well. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon. Bless.